So up next we have another comparison video, and today we're going to compare Frankie, Hurricane, and as well as the truck they came with in the Plarail pack. So first we'll take a look at the motorized engine in the Plarail pack, Hurricane. So on the track closer to the camera, it's the Plarail Hurricane, while the one farther from the camera is the Trackmaster Hurricane. So the differences is actually not very much in terms of shapes and length. You can see that the length of both Hurricane are quite similar. The biggest differences that I can point out instantly is that the color is quite different. This one is more of a darker brown, a darker shade of brown, while that is more closer to a red to me. And also the Trackmaster Hurricane, of course, is greatest moments pack, so that it has the weathering, while for the Plarail it's just clean and shiny. So in terms of details, we can see that Plarail lacks this wheel arc thing here. Lacks it. It actually comes slightly out from the shell here. So that's one of the differences. And we see from the fronts, Plarail has 3D buffers. And the Trackmaster is just painted on. While here, Plarail for the cab side details is stickers, while this one is actually painted on, so that's quite good for Trackmaster. And also, I'm not sure that if I painted this. I think it came straight out of the factory like this. So they actually painted the letters, while for Plarail just leave them back blank. So Trackmaster did another good job. Well, for the tail lamp, I painted both of them, so that's not one of the differences. So but the Plarail one also has no back details, but the Trackmaster one actually looks more detailed from the back. And you can see Plarail Trackmaster also lacks the cone. So in terms of details, Trackmaster might have got it better, but if you just look carefully, generally, I believe that the Plarail one is better. When you look at the face, I do think the Plarail Hurricane looks much more kind of wicked or evil, but I just really love this face comparing to the Trackmaster one. And also looking at the shape in general, you can see that the cab is much more in proportion instead of the squashed up cab of Trackmaster. So I think that's it for the Plarail Hurricane. And up next we look at the unmotorized car or rolling stock of the Frankie. So in terms of details, of course that's custom, so it's not too fine polished in terms of the details, but comparing to the toy, of course the toy is much more superior and official product. So you see for the face, this one is actually casted and altered from a Plarail Marion, so I think it looks quite good, wicked look. And then we have the 402 painted on. Actually we've done a review on this, so I'm not going into much more details in it. The biggest detail is that this actually has the diesel chassis, while this is just a strange, awkward, wheelbase of a truck that actually really does not look so good. But we will modify this and we'll do another review on it very soon. In terms of back details, Plarail has no back details. Custom have 3D stuck on paper strips. So generally, we can see that the Plarail is Plarail Frankie is neater than the custom, but in terms of the shape, I do think and hope you all will also think that the shape and the overall feel will look much better, because Plarail kind of looks blank without all the the cap details and stuff, and the squashed up cap, and the the very strange truck rolling stock chassis. So I hope you all like the custom more. So very quickly we look at the last item, and yeah, you got it. It's the ladle truck. So actually this Plarail ladle trucks comes as a recolor or from one of the tracks from the cement works or ironworks set that came out quite a few years ago. So it actually does not look so bad, and I'm not sure if the wheels came. Yeah, I do think the wheels actually are exposed on the actual ladle trucks, while this one is concealed or hidden behind this panel here. But both of the ladle trucks look quite good, and the Trackmaster rolling stocks are definitely shorter. And I really love this design, like it's shiny and reflective and even half transparent, but really looks like a ladle or molten slag. Yeah, molten slag, which looks really cool. And there's weathering details here. You can see in the Trackmaster item, weathering details, like for the Plarail is just clean and neat, shiny like Hurricane. And this one has the same features, like rocking around, which I think is quite cool. Plarail also had a similar feature, but if you look carefully, it actually like pour out the ladle piece here. But inside there's also ladle stickers. If it would focus. Yeah. So actually this feature is cool too, but yeah, as mentioned, it looks really strange when playing on the tracks, like pulling slack everywhere, or even when we film or do episodes that this won't happen. So in terms of ladle trucks, I do think both of them, Plarail and Trackmaster, did quite a good job, and I really like both of them. It's like a two version of the same thing that looks cool as a toy and stuff like that. Details don't really matter, although they like weathering details, rivets, and this one has unpainted buffers though, but I do think it looks quite cool overall. So that's it for the Plarail pack comparison. That comes with Hurricane, Frankie, and the ladle truck, while on the other hand is Trackmaster, Hurricane, custom Frankie, and the Trackmaster ladle trucks that comes with the Trackmaster Hurricane. So I hope you like this review, and please comment below on which item, like which Hurricane, which Frankie should we use in our series in the future, and we will consider that.